Hello, Rec27, and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 as we continue with our fantastical nautical adventures with Spain, where we've done some lovely little bit of map painting after our last war with Britain. And as you can see, Mediterranean, South Asia, lots and lots of Spanish flags, just how we like it. So very, very pleased the way that came out. And of course we have been rewarded by our glorious politicians in government by an absolutely astronomical slashing of the naval budget. And as you can see, we're currently at a monthly balance of minus 20,000 or I always add an extra 3 zeros on these. I say lots, in my mind 20 million, but anyway, minus lots is the long and the short of it. And like, to put that in perspective, our entire naval maintenance is currently 19 million, say. Which is less than an entire deficit. So clearly we're going to have to make a few fairly big decisions in order to balance this budget. So some of those we can start talking about now. And I was tempted to do some of this off camera, but I think actually it's interesting enough. We're going to do it. We're going to do it on screen. So first off, well, we can obviously stick a lot of things into reserve and mothball to begin with, but we are also going to look at, and I've talked about this before, saying goodbye to our battleships. So I'm going to start with obviously these very old ones from the 30s, still kicking around. That's impressive. And we're just going to straight off the bat, we're going to scrap these, which it hurts. These guys have had a good run of it. I can't remember if you can now get history. You can. There we go. Ship history. Yeah, well, a little bit. See all the good things we've done for us. So the Neptuno here, commissioned, laid down in the late 20s, finally built in the early 30s. Part of our early wars with the French, beating up some French battleships there. What else is she up to? Again, fighting against the French, so hits against their battleships, some destroyers. Big impact about Algiers. 39 main battery hits. That's very impressive. Latterly, not so much throughout the kind of 40s. Did fight against Italy in 47. I'd forgotten we were fighting them. Again, beating up some Italian ships there. Excellent. And then move around into the late 50s. Still doing a bit of a work in, that's right, the very early engagement in the war, where we, actually, I can't remember if it was this war or last war, but when we eradicated the British battleship fleet, 17 main battery hits. I mean, even in the latter years, right into the 65, still fighting away, landing hits on Nottingham, and even on the Courageous. Excellent. Doesn't show it's what she credited, things she's credited with sinking or helping to sink, but anyway. A long and illustrious career, but one which unfortunately is having to come to an end. So the Neptuno and the Trident, thank you for your service. Oh, sad times. Give us a little bit of money as well. Now, the El Coco and El Diablo are also, I think, for the scrap heap as we move away from battleship focused navy into essentially a carrier focused navy supported by cruisers. I still think there's a role for kind of a heavy cruiser. We've seen them be pretty useful even in the carrier age, and even in the last war we did occasionally, not very often, but occasionally we got into gunnery range of CVs, and that made a bit of a difference. So I think that's the level we're going to stay at. Potentially we could look at some kind of maybe a slightly bigger beast. We're fairly small on our 14,000 tons, but to be honest, that's probably all you need. Just something which is relatively quick, can get in and can wreck a few carriers if it gets close enough. But we don't need these beautiful, beautiful behemoths of our El Coco and El Diablo. Now, we only have 4 CVs, so it may not let us scrap these because it'll push us below 6 capital ships, which it does get upset about sometimes. Let's have a quick look. I'm going to say yes. Oh, no, happy enough. Another 3 million, and those two go the way of it. Oh, gone too soon. Okay, so that's actually shaved the chunk off our deficit. So that's taken all 4.5 million out already just by saying cheerio to those ships. Didn't help they were obsolete as well, which is pushing up. But it's interesting, you look at the maintenance of those compared to the maintenance of some of our CVs. I mean, it's much, much cheaper. Although I don't think this factors in the aircraft, which will then be on top of this. So not quite apples for apples. Okie doke. Good start. Right, so then we're going to probably do lots of mothballing and things. We'll see what we get from there. So in northern, I kind of want to move people into one place, but I also can't really afford it right now because I can't even afford the month it would take them to move around. So let's maybe just get people to mothball where we are. We'll do it by class because these are my destroyers. My Melias are my newest ones. So for these older ones, I'm going to go all the way to mothball for you guys, even though you are quite useful and I do like you. The Southeast Asia one I'll have to keep live, but you guys, yeah, let's mothball all this. You're Med, you're Northern Europe, you guys can get mothballed. Okay. Oh, and you're obsolete. I'll need to decide what I'm doing with there, bring you back. Mediterranean, Northern Europe. Okay, mothball. Doesn't save a huge amount of money, but it's trimmed another kind of 1.5 million off. And of the newest ones, I'm just going to put them onto reserve. Beautiful. Corvettes will stay active. Again, we've got a whole bunch of paint jobs that we need to do, but that's of less importance. Although it does push up your maintenance if you have run obsolete ships. You guys hanging out in Southeast Asia, you will need to come home. I'm probably going to reserve. I know, actually, can I put you on reserve out there? No. Things I forget. Right, so, okay, we'll move you. You can come back to the Med. I'm going to have to do some more foreign stations. I'll probably need to build a few more corvettes as well, but we'll make it work somehow. For my cruisers, again, we've got the Martillo Mark IIIs, which we might want to keep on active for just now. We'll put our Martillo Mark IIs onto reserve, and we'll mothball our Martillos and our Scudos, except the one in Southeast Asia. Okay, we're into 10.5 million. For our CVLs, they can all go, apart from the one in Southeast Asia. I forgot we got the Chaser from Britain. Nice. I'll have to look at your ship complement actually in a minute, or your plane complement even. Let's put you all the way to mothball. That hurts a little bit, but we may have to. Yeah, let's do mothball. In fact, no, let's go reserve because there's a few other levers I want to push, and we can always put them down to mothball if we want eventually. Cadiz are the newest and greatest. We'll leave them inactive, and maybe we'll put these two onto reserve. Okay. How are we doing? I mean, we've taken a chunk out. We've almost half our maintenance. That's I gotta take some credit for that. That's impressive, right? Good job, team. We've got a little bit on active fleet, but not much. And our foreign stations is an issue. We might actually have to bring one of our cruisers back out of probably you, actually. Let's fire you onto foreign stations for just now. I'll keep you happy until we finalize things. Okay, great. We're still 9 million in the hole. Right, other things we want to do. Aircraft, obviously, we need to get not types. No, I need to get a proposal going for a new one. No, air groups. So some things we want to look at actually is not only else can we put all our current stations onto reserve, which maybe we'll just do in one fell swoop. But actually, if there's any numbers we want to trim down, right? What does that push us down to? I saved another couple of million because we have quite a lot in our. In fact, it looks better. Do it here. You know, we had our Mediterranean Ostwall. I don't know why I would go for that, but anyway, our wall here of planes through Corsica and Sardinia and Tunis, and we had this. It was quite a good little line, but obviously we've now got lots of other positions, and we're not actually fighting anyone in the Mediterranean. And if we are going to fight anyone, yeah, I don't know. we probably don't need quite the planes we've got there. So there's an opportunity, I think, maybe to trim down some of these bigger bases. Yeah, so like we've got in Cagliari, maybe we can drop off, say, one of the groups of jet attack. Well, it's a shame to lose such veteran fighters, but yeah, maybe just to reduce our overall number of planes at the moment. We also have got big bases in Tunis. Again, we probably don't need this many. So right, let's do that. Let's trim these down. I'm going to disband at least a wing out of here. At Cagliari, I'm going to disband one of your jet attack wings as well. And then Palma, again, we don't need this many. Let's disband one of you guys. And I must have another one somewhere. Tunis, Cagliari, Bila. We had less there. I mean, potentially we could scrap you guys entirely. At least until we get, you know, over the hump, as it were. And we've still got a little bit in Southeast Asia, but not too much. Okay. Yeah, I think we will disband these two. Okay, that's not saved huge amounts of money, but it's a little bit, and maybe just kind of cuts our cloth to suit. If we have a quick squiz at the almanac, does that tell me naval aircraft? It does. So we're still seeing a 614, which is, you know, comparable. Austria-Hungary, Great Britain, Italy, France. You know, we're thereabouts. Germany also has a lot more. Australia, America, just insane. Just insane. I don't know if I've shown this, but look, they're on their way to getting 29 fleet carriers. Wild. Absolutely wild. Kudos for them. Cool. Right, so we've got so far. What else can we do? Well, there was some other things I was looking at, and this was in the doctrine. So we are currently paying, it's not a huge amount of money, but we're paying 3 million a month on extra training. And that's currently focused on gunnery and damage control. And now I think where we are, well, there is still a role for gunnery. It's not the main thing, and we're heading more and more into kind of missile tech, and we're going to end up with more and more missiles and things. Although there was an interesting little debate on, I think it was on Reddit actually, and it was about as you get to very, very late techs, and actually the countermeasures become very, very powerful, there becomes another role for gunnery again, because some of the missiles get intercepted. So that was quite an interesting thing to think about. But I think for just now, we could potentially drop that down. We will save ourselves 1.6 million. We'll keep the damage control because I think that's hugely valuable. And yeah, I think everything else stays the same. Again, potentially oxygen fueled stuff. I don't really play around with it, but they are much more powerful. But yeah, let's do this. Okay, so that's us locked in for at least a year. That's hasn't taken effect yet, so we're still 6.2 million. Okay, the other thing we can do is also we're still building stuff. We have laid down another 6 destroyers and another couple of carriers, so we could definitely pause some of this. Now, I don't want to pause it too much, and I would very much like to get our carriers out, but perhaps we just halt this construction at least for a little bit. And all that really does is buy us 1 month. So the other thing maybe, and again, it doesn't change much, but is there some of the older destroyers we want to actually say, okay, we're building some 6 new ones. Like you from the 20s. I mean, this is going to save absolutely no money, but let's depart you. I saved 11. Is there any other really, really old ships? I mean, these guys from the 30s, they can do something. The scooters are still okay. No, I don't really want to get rid of anyone else. The only other one potential would be the Adalbear, actually. Yeah, which is definitely showing its age. We will have to do a little bit of. Actually, I don't know if can you scrap when you're there. Yes, you can. So we did get the Chaser from the British. So perhaps we say, you know, Cheerios for Adalbear with our 17 aircraft. We've still got our 2. Because you're not even jet capable, are you? If I look at your air groups on the Adalbear, oh no, you've got light jets. Okay. Oh, you've actually got more planes than the Alelo and the Okapeti. something to be said about a better class of light carrier for our fighter-based stuff. But yeah, I'd be tempted to get rid of Adalbert, and if we wanted a light carrier out in our South Asia force, actually choose the British one, because with 27 planes, we could carry a couple of fire wings and actually put a small jet attack on there, so we've got a little bit of... So I think we shall do that. We shall say, Cheeto to Adalbert, thank you very much for your service. Yeah, we'll disband those as well. Okay. 2.7 million. We're getting there. We need a little bit more tensions in the world. That's what we really need. Okay, and we'll stay a little bit more when these guys are in, but we will have to at some point try and spend money on refurbs. Okay, let's call this a month. We'll go forward and then we'll see how things lie. There's no units on Chaser. I'm just gonna... I should have stolen the ones from Adalbert. You're an idiot. Alright, let's have a quick look. Japanese fighter. Okay, this is quite interesting. The study of our losses during the war. So we shot down 51 aircraft, 94% by fighters. That's fairly one-sided. That's fairly one-sided. Okay. Fighters. Could have shooting down other planes. Who knew? Okay, let's go to Chaser. Yeah, fine. We'll add some units here, although they're not going to be as good. Where am I? Here. Add air unit. Give me... Actually, I don't... Presumably... Hang on. Show me the ship. I want to know what kind of planes you can take. I could have just tried to add them. I would have also told me. So you have no angled flight deck, so I presume you are light jets only. Let us test this by going to say, hey, let's throw on these guys. Yeah. Good. As expected. Add new unit, light jets. So if we put 3 groups on, we could do... I mean, we could just do 3 9s, I suppose. That's a number. We will do 1 jet attack. Okay, cool. Oh, no, you can't do jet attack. Same as the heavy jet. Okay. Don't really want to put in any other type, to be honest. Let's just do 3 smaller wings of light jet fighters. Show me my light jet fighter. Heavy jet, light jet. You can carry light anti-ship missiles and bombs. Okay, so we could use you in a naval attack type role. Oh, you have terrible reliability. Okay. You also have bad reliability, not ideal. And you're in development. We should probably get rid of you. Presumably in favor of you. Although we're not all built up yet. So we'll leave you there for now, but I think we're obviously moving to newer models. Shall we try and get a better light jet? I think, yes, probably is where we are. Give me a better... sorry, every time. Oh, I know. How do we compare? Speed. I'm not too far. Italy and France, but 10% faster. We don't know a lot of details about anything else. Okay, whatever. Give me a light jet fighter. I would like you to, yeah, be fast and be maneuverable, I think. Good. Well, not good. We still need to trim off a scoot more. One thing we do is probably stop necessarily spying on the British. I'm not really interested in fighting anymore. We're still spying on the Americans, which I would like to steal their tech. In terms of fighting people, and it has been suggested that we try and go and reclaim Cuba, which on one hand I'm all for, because that sounds like a great end to a run and really showing our might. On the other hand, well, we've scrapped a few, 27 CVs. That's a lot. Now we could definitely fight America if we didn't care about the Caribbean and fight whatever ships we sent over to Northern Europe or to the Mediterranean, or even a bit of a Stramash in Southeast Asia. I think we could take them on. In their own backyard, I think they would move an absolute frightening number of vessels in that may just sink our navy. So I don't know. I'm not saying I won't try it, but from a strategic perspective, I don't think it's particularly sensible. Having said that, there's no one else really that we want to fight with, to be honest. We could take on Japan, who are currently our allies, and steal Borneo, or we could take on France and steal Tonkin. But that's kind of all the flags that we're interested in. I mean, there's a few islands and things in the Caribbean we could take from Great Britain or France, but they're not as interesting. And I suppose we could take Greece from Austria-Hungary, or Albania from Italy. So again, if we get a Mediterranean Stramash, fine. That would probably be quite a quick little war as well, actually. That hasn't really come out with a clear, this is the person we want to fight. Why not? We'll stick up some spying of Austria-Hungary. Maybe we'll try and have a quick war with them, and then while we mull over, do we want to go down and fight with the Yanks or not? Are we friends with Germany as well? We are. Jeez, good for us. Maybe we could take the Yanks on if we've got a little bit of German friends. Yeah, that worked out so well in reality. Okay, oh, no, yes, but I'm still 800,000 in the red. You guys are still making your way home. Can't do much about that. Yeah, there's not a lot I can do apart from postpone stuff, which upsets me. So our biggest expenditure is still naval aircraft. Is there any way we could trim that down a little bit? Well, yes, but do I really want to? I don't really want to knock these guys off active, because I want to keep someone with a sharp edge. Oh, we've got people in Valletta. I forgot we put them in there. Right, let's get rid of our Valletta holdings for just now. Or not holdings, but aircraft. Let's get rid of you guys. Who else have we got? Mars El Kabir. Let's get rid of these guys as well. She'll disband you. Oh, look at that. We actually saved the chunk there. I guess heavy jets are pretty expensive. I'm okay with kind of naval patrols, medium bombers. Seem sensible. We've got a little bit in Southeast Asia, which perhaps we don't need. Let's say we're going to get rid of those back down to just for naval aircraft. Yeah, that's fine. Naval and medium bombers is okay to have based around the place. Alright, let's pause another month. Do we really have insufficient stations? Even with our good friend Rodello jumping around the place. Okay, you are... you need a month, and then we'll put you on foreign station. Alright, so I'm just probably going to eat that for a month, and then I'll put him on foreign station as well, while we deal with what's going on. But that does mean I don't quite have enough money. So let's just halt you for now. Okay. Yes, that's fine. I've got plenty of prestige. Advances in hull, advances in torpedo, and they've improved our jet attack aircraft. What have you done to it? Bit faster, bit further. And ooh, double the missiles. I am sold. Reliability is a bit of a shame, but absolutely sold. Get me those ones, please. Okay, our deficit has now come down to 1 million, which is good. Have you guys got home? You have got home, so let's put you... I'm going to go all the way to mothball because you need to be refitted anyway. So we'll stick you in mothball for just now. Okay, that's taken like chunk out. Good. You are going to go on foreign stations. Just to satisfy that until we sort our corvettes at some point. Okay, we live to fight another day for a couple more months. Beautiful. Okay, looking at lightweight gun turrets. We're looking at technical data systems. I think we are advanced. Very advanced. Everyone is very advanced except France and China. What happened to France? But I say the tech ends, what, 1970, so everyone's going to eventually start leveling out. It turns out that Capitan de Navío Hilario has connections with a company producing our rangefinders. He's contributed materially to the efficacy of the equipment, but also seems to have made good money. We can dismiss him. Good intentions. We should buy the company to make sure we can produce the best rangefinders in the world. I don't have the money. I don't know if I need the gunnery research. Let's just go anti-corruption. Okay, we're still good for money. War seems imminent in South America. Those South Americans always stirring up trouble. One of our major arms manufacturers would like to export, set up exports to one of the belligerents. Yeah, go for it. The world is pretty peaceful. We can deal with that. Oh, that's interesting. Is we're trying to research some ASW ahead of a time. So this is a few years yet. I think we're still behind on some of our gunnery data. Where are we? If I look at naval guns, yeah, we still don't have quality 1, 8 or 9. We're still on -2. We never found 13s, which doesn't really matter. We haven't got some of the bigger ones. Okay. I think we've got them on, yeah, down onto medium there. Yeah, missiles, planes, radar, anti-air. Yeah, all this stuff seems pretty sensible as the way to focus on. Okay, spare machinery. We're actually in the black. Look at that. In the black. Okay, so I'm trying to research stuff that's ahead of our time. Not a problem. Oh no, they have a better helicopter. Okay, money's starting to come up a little bit. He says we're like 300 in the bank. So let's resume you for a start. Here's our budget compare. 400,000. I mean, it's actually comparable with Germany. They've obviously managed to accrue a lot more tonnage at the minute. Yeah, comparable with Austria-Hungary, comparable with Italy, comparable with France. Yeah, China doesn't have one. A little bit behind Japan. Yeah, not far behind Britain. Actually, our budget's doing okay. Now this land, like I said, it's worth a lot less late in the game, but that'll do. Okay, we're looking at torpedo fuel. Aerotechnic company has developed a new helicopter. Did we want to buy it? Now we did. It is a slightly older design. That's 10 years. It can go a bit faster. It can go a bit further. It can carry missiles. I don't actually know if they use helicopter for attacking. I mean, essentially we use them as scouts, to be honest. And anti-submarine stuff more than anything. Hey, first destroyers come out. Excellent. The British government would like to sell us the rights to anti-submarine warfare. Oh, I would like that actually. I would like to keep my ASW up. Yeah, okay, I'll buy it. It's going to put us in the red, which will upset people. We get a towed sonar array on our ships. Nice. Okay, why have we dipped into the red? Only just though. I mean, these things should be starting to finish. I'll get one more done in a month. Oh, it's fine. I'll just stay ever so slightly in the red. I mean, surely you're not going to be upset by that much of a negative. Okay, I look back in black. No problemo. A couple more destroyers. An uprising in Africa. Oh, those tiresome folks. in the focus of great power colonial ambitions. It's the late 60s. Although, yeah, I suppose there was still all the nonsense in North Africa we were getting up to in Egypt and Suez Crisis and all that stuff. So, sure. What should we send? We don't have a battleship, but let's say a carrier. Okay, we have medium ship-to-ship missiles and increases missile hit rate. Do we not have medium ship-to-ship missiles? I have a few questions. Let's look at Martillo here. That's not what I want to do. I want to look at your design. Yeah, we've got heavy ship-to-ship missiles. Heavy ship-to-ship missiles. So did we only have heavy and not have mediums? I'm not sure. I don't know why you'd want mediums when you have heavies, to be perfectly honest. Especially, and we've seen it before, it's not as if a heavy's like super overkill for a destroyer often. Okay, new training applied, by which it means we have stopped training gunnery. Another destroyer. There's been an upheaval in Tanganyika. Oh. Tanganyika. I mean, I know it's Africa somewhere. I don't know which bit that refers to. There's a chance we get a colony. Absolutely. We will go and look after the locals. Hey, we got another flag. Excellent. Okay, again, we're stuck on tech ahead of our time, and heavy jet fighter is finished its development. Perfect. We're down in here in Kenya. Is that modern Kenya? It's in Mozambique. I'm not sure. This is where my geography fails me slightly. Is Kenya slightly further north? I'm not sure. I did a quick check because I like to know these things. It's Tanzania. Kenya's slightly further north. So I was close, but not quite right. And I probably could have got that from the name, but yeah. Cool. I mean, that's not what we wanted in the slightest in terms of land in the Indian Ocean. A new front with Britain, if we go to war with them again, I suppose. I hadn't thought, but maybe we should start spying on Britain again. Okay. Our shipyards are short on orders for offering to build another 10% discount. Oh, suddenly we have a lot of money. Oh, tensions readily. Yes. I mean, how can you say no to 10% discount? Thank you. When our allies has been threatened, we will back them unconditionally. We're not afraid of a little tete-a-tete. New light jet fighter, this is good. Only 5 years, but let's see what we can get out of it. Reliability, obviously, we don't know. Missiles, no change. A few carry the same bomb load. Toughness looks like the same. Maneuverability, same. Firepower, the same. Just a slight increase in range seems to be getting actually quite a lot faster. So I'm going to take this one. And hopefully we'll get better reliability. Back to the Gonzalez. Okay, their medium bomber carries more bombs, but that is okay. You can resume construction. We have 3 more, so that'll push us up to 7 fleet carriers, which personally I find quite exciting. We're starting to get a bit of money, so we will need to do all sorts of bringing people home and repainting them and whatnot. But maybe we just start with these 2 gents. I would like to open design for rebuild. I don't really want to change anything, to be perfectly honest. You've got your 16 planes, your catapults. Yeah, your A is all fine. You could say we don't need the dual purpose 4-inch guns anymore. Because presumably they are not that effective against modern planes and missiles. But for the sake of, I mean, it's not going to save as much in terms of weight. This'll do. This ship cannot install your best radar. Do I care hugely about that? No, I think we'll be fine. Okay, rebuild those ships. Good. Just like a paint, that's all we really need. You guys are in Southeast Asia, needs to come home. Alright, so let's do that. Let's move you back to... we have the Suez, so I suppose the Mediterranean's probably closer. Come back to the Mediterranean. We will refit you, and then we'll send you back out again. Anyone else from Southeast Asia need a lick of paint? Well, okay, my corvettes I'll need to do as well. Let's bring you guys back from West Africa for just now. Still got a bit of money, Let's see if we can rebuild our heavy cruisers. Again, I don't think we're going to change very much. Yeah, 10-inch ones. Do you have missiles? Yeah, I slapped a bunch of missiles on you. Excellent. Again, they can't. I mean, it's might be slightly more important for you to have better radar. What's your speed these days? Still 30, which is acceptable. I think we can probably manage to go 30 tons over. I mean, we could just ditch these AA guns to go then 20 tons over, which again, I think seems fine. We've got... oh, you just take the dual purpose off the 5-inch. Secondaries. I can't believe it for just now. So 20 tons over, I think is okay. Let's rebuild you two. I still think they can do a good job for us. I've got a bunch of corvettes in Northern Europe. I should... oh, these are... hang on. I'm getting you guys need to go onto mothballed because you are my ASW corvettes. I've got... oh, so are you. Ah. I've got 2 spare here. My colonial ones. Let's just send you guys give me the replacements out to West Africa for the ones that have just come back. And then we'll keep moving things around. Do you know what? Let's just bring you all home. And we'll go from there. And yeah, it's annoying that you're out of sync. So let's actually move you to the Caribbean. Just so my 3 Caribbean ones are beside each other, because that makes me feel happier. I've got 2 West African ones in the bottom. That's fine. And then we will rebuild these guys, and they are going to go Southeast Asia and the Baltics. We may even have some left over, although we'll probably have to presumably maybe send someone to the Indian Ocean now. Oh, we could tie all this together. Interesting. Okay, ship's not finished working up. I need to put destroyers onto reserve actually. Okay, we've got a new helicopter of a Dipper Bell B. Okie doke. Oh, we've stolen tactical data systems from and submarine warfare from the Americans. Nice. Double SAM launchers. Cool. I've never really used a huge amount of SAM, even still. Okay, our foreign stations is in a pitiful state. Everyone's very upset. Not a problem. We can absolutely deal with that. Just a kind of light cruisers to rescue. These are probably a little bit heavy for foreign stations, but job done. Still in the black. You guys are on the way. You guys are on the way. Fine. Warship's working up. Looking at a new American heavy cruiser. Well, I'll say new. It's from the 50s. Oh, they've gone for 8-inch guns. Okay. Okay, reduces report delay and allows missile launches at targets spotted by other ships. Ah, that's cool. Ah, so actually you've now got well, 2 things. One, a scout force becomes more useful again, and you can absolutely put a little. I'm not going to say sacrificial because I mean, but you know, a lone destroyer, a couple of destroyers out front, and then have your missile boats at the back use their radar signals. I like it. Oh, you also need to come home and get refitted, Mr. Martillo. Presumably all three of you are going to be fairly soon. You're currently doing my foreign station. All right, tell you what, we're going to put 3 of our Martillo 2s on foreign stations. And I'll have you guys come down to the Mediterranean where we're going to refit you. Our destroyers are done. This is just going to be a lick of paint. Oh, tell a lie. I can improve your A potentially. I mean, 20 tons over 1800. What's that? 1.5%? I mean, that seems okay. Nothing else is going to change. But I think that makes you better. Let's do that. Yeah, fire control's not the best. Topside. Oh, cancel. What are we up to now? 63 of 61. That is a little disappointing. Suppose we'll drop you down to 3 then. Okay. Alright, we'll improve your fire control as well. Anything else I'm missing? Yeah, modern crews don't like it because she's an old ship. She's not spacious, and I don't have the best radar. That's okay. I will accept that. We will rebuild you 3 gentlemen. And then we have these things again, which is going to be absolutely nothing but liquor paint. Actually, can we go? I mean, all right, we'll give you spacious accommodation. I don't really care about your improved 4-inch gun. Yeah, that's fine. These things have one job, and that's to meet foreign station requirements. Okay. Right, I've lost a few more. Right, the only one of our class here, the Delphin. Rebuild you. Oh, sorry, open design for rebuild. Again, you're already spacious. These modern softies, you've already got quality 1. I could put radar director on you, but I don't see the point. I'm not even sure why I've got this A on you to begin with. So let's just do that. It's definitely not the cheapest that they could be, but they're reasonable. Okay, that's fine. We can pump you up to spacious to make people happy. It's okay. Okay, beautiful. Getting those guys up and done, and then we'll sort our foreign stations malarkey later, and we'll get our Martillos rebuilt. Excellent. All right. Okay, good. I think that's where we'll call things to a close. I actually didn't advance as much time as I was expecting, but we've really kind of, I think, reshaped the Navy a little bit there. We're going to end up with 7 fleet carriers, which, yeah, has me pretty excited. I do think we need to strengthen our carrier fleet to support that. Definitely a couple more heavier carriers. Yeah, probably a whole bunch more kind of a Martillo type missile boats as well would not go awry. But I do want a few heavier surface ships. Nothing too crazy, but maybe we can look at doing that next time. And then, yeah, do give me your thoughts on where we want to go. Like, I'm nominally of you know, I'm poking a hole at potentially grabbing Greece here. We could take Albania from Italy because why not? It's Italy. Or, but long term we could say why not try and have another go with Britain and, you know, secure a belt across the world. Or if those of you are a bit more, I don't say sadistic, but maybe ambitious is maybe a better word. Do we really want to just go and try and tussle with the Yanks and have a glorious, or maybe an inglorious end to things? Great. Okay, anyway, I will leave it there for now. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.